Good morning. What's going on, everybody? Wanted to jump on today and talk about why real estate. Of course, we got the real estate boot camp coming up. I know everybody's tracking that 5 days of real estate teaching. We're mixed in with some Q&A. Gonna have a mastermind set up for those that choose the VIP option, where we're gonna have myself, a couple people in my network, a couple coaching clients I have, where everybody can ask questions and just kind of get an understanding of whatever questions they have with what the information they need for their specific situation, and help them level up. But why real estate? And one of the things that I wrote a book last year, Millionaire Real Estate Success Strategies. But if you got the teacher school, you can get a chance to purchase that if you're interested, just learning more about my story and then the story of other military investors and some other regular investors that leverage real estate. But today, just wanted to talk with y'all about why real estate. And for me, real estate changed my life. It changed my my future, my financial future for myself, my kids' kids. And when you start talking about legacy and passing things down to the generation, the Bible says that a wise man is a blessing to his kids' kids. And and that's the thing, where you want to be a blessing to others. And for the longest time, like, you would never hear me say anything about what I do on social media. I would, 2018 all the way up to 2018, we were having some success with flipping houses, one at a time, doing that, making some, making 30, 40, 50,000 here and there, a couple times a year. And it was like, okay, cool. And that was fine. I didn't really share a lot of that. But, one of the things that I had somebody speak to me, and they were like, hey, man, you do. But I wonder, was that recording loud? But anyway, I didn't share a whole lot, just being silent professional, keeping your business, as my mama told me, don't let the left hand know what the right hand's doing, all that mindset. But it was, talking to somebody that said, hey, yep, it's really cool to see you doing that. You're still in uniform. You're still, have a day job. And for the longest, I would talk to people that would approach me, and, whether it was a investor partner that wanted to come in and invest with some of our deals or whatever it may be, they're like, man, I didn't even know you were still in the military. I thought you were doing this house stuff full time. And, and so I was like, wow, that it's kind of unbalanced, but at the same time, it's like, okay, I don't mix the two. I try not to not cross-contaminate. But, the thing is, keep it separate, because this is my day job. I don't want it to take influence for what I do on a daily basis to the business, because that's not the goal. But, we're talking with a friend a couple of weeks ago, and it was like, man, that's who you are. That experience that you've had doing this for 17 years with your daytime job, that directly translates to what you're able to do in business. And, there's so many other people that's struggling in their life with, dead-end day jobs or jobs that they're working, but they have more time that they could spend toward building wealth and helping their family, get on the right track for a strong financial future. And it's like, but there's not a lot of people out there inspiring, pushing people to do those type of things. There's nobody that's providing that witness or that light in that realm, that's showing the pathway to how it can be done and how you can do it at a high level and how you can do it successfully. And so, but that, and just real estate itself, it's just pushed me. It's like, okay, now, the reason why I want to do a boot camp is like, I got to tell people and align myself with people that are looking to do the same thing and help them get over the hump, whereas that they don't go through all the, procrastination, where it took years for me to get started actively flipping houses and buying distressed houses. I had the knowledge, but I didn't have the faith in myself. I had fear, didn't have a whole lot of money saved up at that point, to get started. And so it was like all those limiting beliefs stopped me from taking action for so long. And it's like, wow, yeah, I've been able to get to the point where, we got over an $8 million portfolio right now as it is today. And it's like, man, how, if you had took action 3, 4, 5 years sooner, when the market was completely at the bottom in 2010, 2011, 2012. I talked about not having regrets yesterday, but it's like, man, you could have really done some damage. But, my whole premise for saying that is, I don't want other people to continue to procrastinate because they're scared, because they're don't have enough money, they don't think they have the right knowledge, nobody in their circle has the knowledge, nobody is supporting them, and you know, and them delaying taking action because of those things, because of those limiting beliefs, because they value other people's opinion who haven't done what they want to do or haven't done anything a lot of times, and they're dragging you down and telling you that you shouldn't chase your dream. And so that's the biggest thing that I don't want people to wait, because it took me way too long to get where I'm at today. And I look at, you know, one of my students right now that found 96 units, that put the deal together with 96 units, that did a flip this year, that's bought their own rental property this year and done that, and just worked with me, and we flipped a duplex together in Mobile. And just seeing the growth of one individual that took action and what he's been able to do in less than a year is mind-blowing, just to see the impact with just taking action, what it can do for your life, and how it can literally change the trajectory of your life and put you in the circles that you need to be in to go to the next level. And it's just so many benefits from being around like-minded people, and people that can motivate you to greatness and can see the greatness in you when you can't even see it yourself. And I think that's one of the things, you know, what made me choose real estate, on top of the tax benefits, especially the tax benefits when you start buying apartment buildings and commercial real estate, but then also the cash flow each month that you get, the debt pay down that you have from your residence. They're paying down your mortgage, they're paying your taxes, your insurance, and you're putting extra money in your pocket. And then over time, you got appreciation. It's just the icing on the cake. And with all those things, because you think about it, how many people think that real estate is going to be cheaper 5 years from now, 10 years from now? No, it's going to be up. The Federal Reserve has already told us that their goal is to have inflation at 2%. If you do 2% over 10 years, that means the dollar is going to be worth 20% less than what it's worth today. In 10 years, you're going to lose 20% of your buying power with inflation. Right now, you're losing 8% a year. Right now, where it's at. So you got to be in cash flowing, cash producing assets, whether it's a business, whether it's real estate, whether it's you know, oil, gas, you know, different tax incentivized assets that you can bring in and bring cash flow, and you can hedge against inflation. Because guess what? Whatever product you're producing, it's going to take more of those dollars that are being inflated, that are worth less. It's going to take more of those dollars to buy your asset, and you produce a cash flow, then it's going to protect you long term. And that's why you have so many hedge funds, that private equity firms, the last 2 years when we printed all this money for stimulus with COVID, that's why all these hedge funds with all these billions of dollars got in the real estate game. Because real estate is a perfect hedge against inflation. They knew inflation was coming. Everybody knew inflation was coming. When you put that much money in the system, that it's just a matter of time. And all inflation is just people, you got all these businesses charging more for their products just because they can. Because it's limited supply and increased demand, because everybody has money, and now they take their prices up just because they can. And now these interest rates are forcing businesses to cut costs. They're stopping the real estate, you know, retail market, and they're slowing things down, whereas that now it's less demand. And if you drop demand, then you know you got to let a lot of people go. And I think that's one of the things. What's going on, Mr. Davis? Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Gibson. One of the big things that you have with that is that going forward, that with real estate, like with one real estate transaction, I think there's 15 different people or employees are tied to one real estate transaction. And when you got real estate transactions dropping off 75%, that's going to be a lot of jobs with your title companies, attorneys, banks, mortgage lenders, appraisers, inspectors, real estate agents, assistants. You know, all those people are impacted by the slowdown. But the thing with it, now is the time where, you know, where a lot of real estate investors, we didn't have this problem because we're great at finding deals. Thank the Lord. That's definitely my superpower, is being able to find deals and analyze deals quickly and making a decision. But there's going to be so many opportunities for people that's looking to sell property that needs renovating, that they're tired landlords, they don't have the money to fix up their property that got damaged from a resident that stopped paying, or whatever the situation, a divorce, probate property. It's going to be a lot less demand. And for those that know how to be creative, that know how to do seller financing, that know how to do owner carrybacks in second position behind the first loan, those who know how to raise money and pool money together to buy assets, they're going to be great, because guess what? There's not going to be a lot of competition, and you're going to be able to negotiate great prices because they don't have a lot of options. And if you're able to put the deal together, bring the money, then you're going to be in great shape. And so I think that's the biggest opportunity that's coming up starting next spring as things kind of normalize. That there's going to be a lot of opportunities to buy distressed assets at great prices and to be able to set yourself up for long-term wealth. Because interest rates are going to drop in another year or two. And when they do, guess what? Refinance your portfolio that you built. If you got loans at 7, 8%, refinance them at 5 when the rates go back down, and now you're gonna have even more cash flow, because at the end of the day you're buying for cash flow. And if you can buy a deal at a 7, 8% rate that cash flows, then you're gonna be in good shape long term. And I think that's what it's all about, having that strategy. But that's why I invest in real estate. That's why I'm passionate about it, and that's why I'm doing what I can to teach, because a lot of people don't know how to build wealth. They don't know where to get started. You know, there's a lot of people out here that's, you know, saying, hey, just pay me $30,000 and I'll teach you real estate. But the whole premise of it is like, okay, you need to teach these people first how to save money. You got to teach people how to build a plan of what to do with their money, how to set up an emergency fund. And then, okay, how to align yourself where you can bring value to a partnership if you don't have money, how to leverage your time properly to find great deals, and then be able to bring deals together with a team and be a leader in that sense. You know, when you're buying these assets. So there's a lot to it. I'm looking forward to these 5 days. What's up, Trevor? I'm looking forward to these 5 days coming up November 14th through the 18th. We're just kind of pouring out, sharing you guys my experience, and just laying out this framework, my 5 fix finish framework on how you can pick up assets and kind of move out, and just talk about some cool things that we got coming up that's going to be exclusive to the boot camp, that I'm going to let you guys know what's coming up in the future with some other courses and coaching opportunities centered around different real estate lanes. And so that's going to be awesome as well too, to share that with that group. And yeah, we're looking to continue to build and go and continue to grow in this space. So, and that's what it's all about. That's why I choose real estate, because it's made the most millionaires the last 2 centuries. When you're looking at wealth and wealth building principles, when you look at the IRS code and what does the IRS, because when you think about taxes and the IRS code, it's a whole nother subject. But it's all about, I'm not a CPA attorney, talk to your CPA, you know, for tax advice. But what I have found in my experience with taxes is that the IRS code tells you what they want you to do. They want to incentivize you to do certain things, so they don't want to be landlords. The government doesn't want to be a landlord, so they incentivize and get tax breaks to landlords. So the code is telling you what they want you to do, what they need help with to do. And so by knowing all that, you got to understand that the biggest expense that you're ever going to pay in your life is going to be taxes. Federal income tax, state income tax, gas tax, taxes that you pay at the grocery store, the sales, all that stuff. They tax your stuff when you die, probate. You know, you coming in paying taxes, you going out paying taxes. And I think a lot of people don't realize it's not about how much money you make, it's about how much money you can keep. And you got Social Security tax, all that stuff, self-employment tax. So you're being taxed, you just don't know it, that they're taking a lot of your money by taxing you. And so looking at the IRS code, real estate is a great tax haven to help you with depreciation. You look at President Trump and how he talked about he didn't want to show his taxes. Well, it was because he didn't pay a whole lot of taxes, if anything, because of the laws with IRS with how they don't tax income with real estate, or the bonus depreciation that you get with commercial buildings, or just the normal depreciation you get with any other residential structure. So it's just all that kind of stuff, that knowledge that you guys need to get in. And then you got to figure out, because there's a lot of people out here talking that don't know what they're talking about. They're talking about a lot of stuff that they never done before, and it ends up misleading a lot of people. And so that's one of the things that definitely what we're looking to do is bringing together solid, proven people with integrity that's done real estate at a high level. You know, between my network, people that's done taxes at a high level, people that's done, you know, Airbnbs, all this stuff that is out here. But they done it at a high level, and they're able to in a position where they can share and help other people that's looking to get started. So that's what it's all about. 5-day boot camp coming up November 14th. Hope to see you guys in there, and it's gonna be a great time. I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, y'all be blessed and have a great day. See you on the next video.